Welcome one, welcome all. Welcome. I'm gonna get the nice... They've always got amazing music amplitude with these games. I freaking love this music. I use it for a lot of other background stuff. I've had on Google Play. It's fantastic. Anyway, I'm Bridger. Welcome, guys. We did have an Endless Space sort of tutorial guide stream a while back, and there was a full intention to continue that, except that I forgot to save it and then overwrote the autosaves with a separate game that I was playing offline, so I felt very bad about that. But now we have a new expansion out, and I'm going to be basically launching a brand new game in that with the, well, not really expansion. I guess it's just a big patch with a bunch of improvements, etc., etc. I'm going to be playing Horatio, because they suit my playstyle very well, which is expand everywhere. Take all the good stuff, everything you can possibly find. Now, why is that? Well, they've got this thing called Gene Hunter. So essentially, they splice the genetic material of other factions and enhance its population. So you find minor faction across the world, or even other factions' populations, other major factions' populations, you take their best pieces about their genes and splice it into your faction. So now every single one of your pops that are the Horatio faction get better. So the more times you do this, the more expensive it is the next time, but it just makes your guys so much better than everybody else. So you basically need to populate the entire galaxy with the perfect species. That's what Horatio is all about. So they also get plus 5% food consumption per splice population. So that's also a balancing mechanic. So the more of these people that we splice, the more food that our Horatio people eat. Anyway, let's take a quick look at Horatio itself.
Come, let's beautify the galaxy.
Yes, let's beautify the galaxy. There's basically this one super rich guy was being outcast because of the shape of his head. He had some weird deformity, I guess. And so nobody liked him, and he just like, fine, I'll take my money and I'll go. And he went and he found this planet with a bunch of cloning, like super advanced cloning technologies, and he's like, wouldn't it be great if the rest of the galaxy was as beautiful and smart as I am? And he just made an entire race of people that were direct clones of himself. There was a cat involved, of course. No, get out of here. What are you doing? Go. Bye-bye. There was no cat. That was all just a ruse. Anyway, so yeah, that's this guy. That's why he splices people together to make himself even more beautiful and perfect. He also starts with these little Zavali people on his homeworld, like a little subservient race kind of a thing. He's also really good at populating planets because he has crowded planets and content citizens. So you can expand a lot and pack a lot of people onto those planets, which is great because all of his people are super, super good at producing stuff. And I just realized I forgot to open up the chat here, so we'll do that right now. So I really like the concept of Horatio. I think it's really cool. And if I remember correctly, we can do this and then do this. And give me 1 second. It probably just went black. I'm aware. There we go. Now we're back. And now we're back. And now I can see the chat over here as well. Hello, Twitch and YouTube. Okay, so yeah, he's got that. We've got perfect genes, which means that the heroes recover twice as fast, it looks like. Horatio Prime is where we start with a dictatorship, and that means that we can pick whatever party we want to be the winner of any election, but it could make people unhappy. And rebellions are more likely to happen, and it could overthrow the dictatorship and turn it into a republic or something like that. But as it is, the Horatio is in charge of his own people. And they are ecologists. That's their thing. So food and happiness is what they're all about. So let's get going. You know what? Yeah, I think random galaxy shape. A large galaxy is fine. We'll leave it on the defaults here for the most part. We'll play with 7 AI players. We'll give the game difficulty hard. And yeah, I think that's good. Let's hit go and see what happens. We'll watch a little cutscene here because I do love the flavor for this race. And if you haven't seen it before, he's the most arrogant, like, crazy bastard. Okay, game launched and ready, except it's not doing anything.
They only ever saw what was in her.
Oh, well. I clicked away, and that was a mistake. All right, so let's jump right into it. Nobody wants to watch those anyway. Improved alliances. This is the new update they just did. You can coordinate with your allies. There are pirates that have been significantly improved. Contextual diplomacy, all kinds of great stuff. Weapons redesign, pressure redesign. One thing I kind of wish they'd redesign, and I'm not sure if they've done it since the last time that I played, is that the laws were kind of like, especially like the ecology laws, enables colonization of non-gas plants, however you suffer a 50% FIDS penalty. Like this law as like the locked-in law for ecologists, it's great for the very beginning of the game, but as soon as you've gotten all the colonization technologies, it becomes worthless. It's absolutely worthless. And if we try to look at all the other laws that would come into play, I'm not sure if it'll actually show us. Yeah, let's see. I don't know which one of these was the requirement. It might not even show me the required law because those aren't available. But my main concern is that some of the other ones have much better required laws. And it's like, why would I take the ecologist if one half of my 2 laws are worthless? Well, unfortunately, that's kind of the downside to playing this race, because if you don't take ecologists, you could piss off a lot of people if you don't have enough happiness in your systems. So, let's start by exploring our ready-made galaxy. It looks like we have a bit of a spiral galaxy going on here, a 4-armed spiral galaxy. They did add a new function of controlling the constellation that you're on. If you control most of it, you get some kind of an advantage. So let's see about that. We'll send the first revealer in this direction and see if we can find anything valuable. Oh, a minor civilization dubbed the Remnant. So we start negotiations and we say, hey, how's it going? We can't afford to make them like us anymore. But if we do, we could eventually fund the development of this minor civilization system, temporarily increasing its yields and giving you access to its faction trait, which is, I think, concentrated constructors. Ooh, reduced wonder cost. That could be very beneficial at the beginning of the game. So we'll consider that. And then I guess we'll send our beautifier out in one of these other directions and see what there is to build on our home planet. What do we got here? We got Horatio Prime, which is a Mediterranean system. And we also have some curiosities here in our home world. A Savannah system's pretty good. It's going to give us, now, spacebar. Nope, that's not what I thought would happen when I hit that. System management. I changed that to tab. That's right. Okay. Or maybe it was always tab. So this gives us, they both give us a lot of dust production. This one is a lot better at producing food and science and production. And then there's a super cold ice planet here, which is amazing at producing science, but produces 0 food. So we're going to have to be careful about that. But then we've also got this lava planet here. We can produce basically everything in this little homeworld, which is fantastic. And we know that Horatio loves hot planets. They get +2 happiness when they're on hot planets. So let's see. What do we want to build here? Well, I think we almost always want cerebral reality or drone networks. Drone networks help us build everything else faster. So let's build those 2 right off the bat. And then we got to figure out what we're going to research here. So we have a hero that we have to assign somewhere. Let's see what we might get from them. They have no points, but currently they give +1 movement on a fleet or +1 food per original empire population on planets. So that's not fantastic, but I mean, he could be leveled up to be doing a lot more, like +5 happiness and population, or production and food. Not population, food. So I think that's probably worth it if we make our, capital here super food production. It can grow very quickly, and that'll let us colonize the galaxy as fast as possible. That's probably what he's good for.
Back from the very brink, no man has traveled further, struggled more, and unraveled more of the mysteries of the universe
than Horatio. All right. New luxury resources to deposit discovered. Blue cap mold. Where? It says that, but then I don't see it. It's not here. Is it over here? I don't see blue cap mold over here. Why does it say that we've discovered those things, but we clearly haven't? Your empire now has access to deciduous trees. Those must be things that we can see. It's just saying, hey, you can see those now, period. Because just existing gives you access to seeing those. Or, what do we start with for technology? We start with over here and over there. Yep, none of those really revealed luxury resources. I always thought that was hidden in one of these little middle things. All right, so let's continue and figure out what we want to do. Where do we want to go first? We know that we've got an ice planet. That's a snow. This is a tundra. There's a steppe. Is this ice way down here? Arctic? Ice is way over here. It's going to take us a long time to be able to colonize that with no problem. Savannah, however, wouldn't be bad. And we could get that, and that would also let us get advanced scanners. That's an interesting consideration. I'm also partial to getting the titanium probes. So you get probes that get faster cooldown, but that won't help us if we don't know what titanium and Hyperion look like, which suggests that maybe we should go for one of those first. And yet I always want the science first. It makes it so much easier to get all the other things. So we'll get that science first, and then we'll look at going over here to the Xeno-industrial infrastructure and or interplanetary transport network. Because if we're sitting on top of Hyperion or titanium, I do want to get access to those better probes early in the game, because exploration is very important. So here we are. We found our way over here. Are there any no curiosities this location that we can really examine? So we'll send our guy on his way. And this guy still hasn't reached a destination. That's interesting. Ah, we have some curiosities over here. Let's explore them. Ooh, a colonizable Mediterranean, but it's got poor soil. That's no good. A large Mediterranean with super spuds. Molten springs. See, that's always concerning. It's like, okay, this is a really good planet. If I research this and it's bad... Luxury resource deposit or strategic resource deposit. I don't think actually bad anomalies ever come out of curiosities, now that I think about it. Oh, we found a titanium deposit. So we would see them. We don't even have to, we do have to research it in order to exploit it. But this is absolutely a planet that I need to colonize ASAP. Then we also have a large ash planet. Ooh, a radiated anomaly. We can find bad anomalies via curiosities, apparently. But probably because it was an atmospheric. We have a couple life form high chances of anomalies with these ones. Ooh, there we go. We found a good luxury resource. And finally, another luxury resource. I mean, it's unfortunate that it says poor soil. We'll get rid of that modifier later, but, yeah. Alright, we'll hit spacebar. Yeah, we now have access to super spuds. Oh, man, we found a dead end. There's nothing here. Alright, I'm sending this colonizer over here immediately, because that Mediterranean planet... Number one, we already know how to colonize and live on Mediterranean planets. That's this right here. So we don't have any disadvantage to colonizing Mediterranean planets. And it's freaking huge. It's a large Mediterranean planet, so we can fit a ton of people on it. And it's got all these positive anomalies. Positive production, positive food, positive happiness, positive money, and positive production again. It's great. You can't say no to that. And it's at a juncture that makes it pretty safe. It doesn't have any connections anywhere else at the moment. And it looks like this is an endpoint as well. What is this? Orion. No planets except gas giants can be found in the absence of a star. It's a star system without a star? That's bizarre. It's just a floating gas giant in the middle of nowhere. I don't think I've ever found that in this game before. That's cool. And I guess we'll try to see what there is to see this away and this away, and see if hopefully we can explore that without actually sending our scout that way. Alright, so the three of us stood around a table. This is a small story about how Horatio, the original, was locked up by two of his clones who both conspired to name one of them as the original and the original as an imposter. So the original Horatio is locked up in a dungeon somewhere. And one of the clones is pretending to be Horatio Prime because he had the support of another clone. And it's insane. So anyway, we could get crafted nutrition plant. So a plant that gives all of our original Empire population +4 food. That's really good. So how do we do that? Increase the Horatio population to 12, or reach at least 60 total luxury stock in a luxury item, or build at least 5 ships of 59 defense power. Well, we're not getting any luxury items yet. I think that multiply is going to be the fastest thing. Oh, these are actually different things. Cultural Apogee Center gives +2 influence on original Empire population. That's also really good. And this is production on original Empire population. Influence can be really valuable. And yet I'm drawn to the production. But you know, the multiply will work out really well in the long term, because we know that the Horatio will need to eat more over the course. And this will give us easier ability to get to land in systems that don't have a lot of food production. Yeah. We're going to go with this because it's going to be easiest to get and probably have some very good long-lasting benefits to getting that particular choice. So our probes found Remor. Has a large lava planet with no specific benefits or penalties. A gas giant. Not a good system so far. We need a good food. Oh, a Terran! That's what we need. And it's got Transvine. It's only a poor deposit, but still. This could be a super production center because of the 2 hot planets. And we found other planets just off the beaten path. Look at that. Lynx, actually. That's a 4-planet system. That's fairly ooh, but it's a toxic planet. Ugh. Those are hard to colonize and usually don't provide very good output. And then an Arctic, also not great with that negative anomaly. An ice planet. So far this system looks pretty good for science just because of those 2. And it's got prosperous seasons. And a barren. Ugh. This is not one we want to colonize early. It might be good to get late in order to get a lot of science from these 2 planets. A large ice planet in particular is going to provide a ton of science. 12 science per population point. But not early. Nope. Not going to happen. And if we zoom way in, you can actually see the sort of it might be hard to see on the stream, I'm not sure. But you can see this sort of carved fog of war that's all I've seen. Something could be right here and I don't know it. That's why you got to send out them probes. So the good news is we know basically everything there is to know except this one offshoot down here about our constellation. And I think that we're going to have a revealer built. And in order to do that, let's first take a quick look at... There we go. The revealer itself has 2 bonus probe stocks built in by default. I think the default design left some of those empty, and everybody, everywhere, always built the extra probe stocks. So yeah, I think we're good to go with that. So let's build another revealer to explore down in that direction, while our scout explores in this direction. And I do want to check these anomalies, but until I actually colonize the planet, they're not terribly valuable to me. They might get me something, don't get me wrong, but let's see. Population gained. Did we get another Horatio pop? That's what we need. 4 of 8. We need to get to 12. Gain enough experience to reach level 2. Let's assign some skills. Now this is, since our thing is all about food, I think we need to hit +1 production in food. I think that's got to be... Or we could just +10 food. Straight up. Boom. plus 10 per fertile, and plus 10 on system. And I think that we have our homeworld is fertile. No, it's hot. We don't have any fertile planets here, but the plus 10 is still nice. As a booster early on, it's very nice. And we've got another starless system. Man, this is an interesting galaxy we've got building here. Ah, we get to pick a new thing here. We know that we're going to get closer to titanium with that new system. So let's get xenolinguistics. That'll also give us this production building. Although this one is the one that works. Nope, that's strategic deposits. I was thinking hot planet specialization. So we can also think about steps if we need that in the future. I'm also very, I want to grab intense cultivation soonest. And I'm actually going to flip those around and do that first. Build that on the homeworld. And just have it start pumping out colonization ships.
There are some among us who doubt your intellectual chops. Please, prove them wrong.
Well, we're the best, so calm down there, bud. So this is the screen. We need the Zavali to grow in population so that we can splice them. Currently, we need how many in order to splice them? 2 units of this population, and then we can splice them and get plus happiness and plus science to all of our Horatio people. Interestingly, when we splice them, they go away. We don't know where they go, but they stop being. I think we might need to harvest them, so to speak, in order to make that happen. What's this game about? It's a space 4X game. Explore, expand, exploit, exterminate. The victory conditions are varied, and I will go over those in a second if you're interested. We definitely want to land in this large Mediterranean colonizable place that has very good production overall. Now, it is a Mediterranean, which is -1 happiness per person, except, is it also hot? It is also hot, which means that that is completely offset by Horatio's inborn bonus of liking hot planets. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Why would anybody not want to live here? Minus happiness? What are you talking about? It's freaking gorgeous. I mean, it might be difficult to get around because of all the water, but it's gorgeous, all right? So now we're trying to grow this outpost into a fully fledged colony. And the way that that works is we have to fill up this bar. We have to get enough food here representing, population essentially, that it is upgraded into a fully fledged colony. We can increase this rate, but essentially what's happening is every turn, this is producing 13 food that is enough to feed a growing population. And so in 24 turns, it will have fully upgraded. But at the same time, we have ships departing from our homeworld that is sending food, aka population, over to this planet with 38 food per ship. And they're sending a ship every 2 turns thereabouts. So this is actually probably going to be much more like 9-ish turns because we're getting that. But we can boost it even faster by doubling this production for 150 dust. And I think we're going to spend that. We could also spend other resources, but dust is the only one we have. There we go. So now we're generating 26 instead of 13. And so the 38 is still coming in, but it's not going to be nearly as big a factor because we're just doing a much better job of paying to build up the infrastructure on this world here. So somebody was asking what this game's about. If you've ever played it, it was actually had a free weekend this past weekend, and I'm sorry I didn't get to stream on like Friday night to kind of show it off and give people the opportunity to go and play it themselves. But I was very busy this past weekend. So it was just a bad timing for when this game went free to play with their big expansion / update that came free to everybody. So it is a Space 4X game, and you have a bunch of different goals. So one of them is a wonder victory. If you have very, very high amounts of production and you can build 5 copies of a given wonder or something to that effect, three copies, three obelisks of all space-time, then you essentially win life, get everything in this universe, because those obelisks, I believe the lore is that you can use them to travel instantaneously anywhere you want, which means you're basically going to win every war, etc., etc. And I think you get access to them. Is this it? Yes. It's difficult to explain structures that encompass everything. They contain infinite computing power that does not simply record what is happening and what has happened, but they do the level of particles and waves in perfect synchronization. They contain all knowledge, all history, and the understanding of how to perfectly develop, use, and project all power. You hold the ability to create or destroy anything living or non-living. So you basically get the power of a god if you build 3 of these things. However, they require you to be able to produce a huge amount of industrial production on a single system, and you have to have all of these resources in huge quantities. Especially the later game ones are very hard to get that much from. So building 1 of these is hard. Building 3 of them is a game-winning amount of effort. So that's the wonder victory. Then the score victory is just if nobody has won by turn 300, whoever has the highest score wins. Supremacy is if you bring all the enemy major factions' home systems under your control, you just win. You just win. Nobody else can beat you now because you've shown yourself to be so strong you can take all of their capitals away and they can't stop you. If you lose one of their capitals, then you have to take it back before you can win the game, basically. So if you get 6 of them, and then you lose one and you get the 7th, you have to go back and grab the 6th again. So you have to have all of them under control at the same time. Conquest just means maybe you didn't get to the capitals, but you got so many of them, the capitals are just an inevitability, right? You need a certain percentage of all the star systems under your control. And as people gather, colonize more star systems, you need to conquer them and get those as well. Science is you have to research all 4 victory technologies to win. So if you're doing really good science production, if you're ahead of everybody, then this race might be for you. And economy is producing the most amount of dust in the galaxy. So those are the 6 different ways that you can possibly win. I don't yet know what ours is going to be, but it's probably going to be Conquest or Domination. Supremacy, sorry. Only because the Horatio loves expanding, and so sometimes you do that by conquering things. So hopefully that explains what's going on there. So now the next question is, let me just catch up on the chat here. Good thing with the game is that you have some the quests give a lot of flavor to this compared to other 4X games. Like, I love Civilization in that style game, but the quests here give you so much, like, to dig your teeth into narratively, and I love that about it. Alright, so let's continue to see if our scout gets anywhere valuable. Ooh. This is actually being colonized by somebody, it looks like. There's a large ash planet. Haha, large ash planet. And... Come on. I like seeing these, but sometimes it takes forever. Savannah. Colonizable. That's a very good one, actually. Tiny Savannah. And a rival outpost has taken the large Mediterranean. Don't you know? Don't you know that's our thing? What are you doing there? We will bury you. I'm a little bit... I mean, I think that they're probably... Yeah, they're only 5 turns away from victory, so there's no way that I can beat them by putting my outpost in there first. I can't get a colony ship over there. I don't even have one to send yet. But we might have to conquer that thing. That's a really nice system.
I greet you in the name of the 4 families.
Ah, Space Mob. Space Mob is here.
You're one of our favorite fish in this galactic sea.
These guys love being traders. They make lots of dust, lots of money. So I wonder if it might be beneficial to be friends with them, except that we can't have really good lines of communication with this stupid gas giant in the way. We're not going to be able to figure out how to do gas giants for a long time. But let's get the advantage of researching these anomalies. Maybe it's something bad here, huh? Bad anomaly for you? Ooh, the nodes linked to Yabella have been revealed. That's kind of nice. So if we zoom out here, we can see where they go. Oh, that's not even close to their homeworld. We might be able to take that if we focus on a military strategy for the near future. It might be a good defensive outpost because it looks like it blocks all the ways coming in from that southern arm of the constellation. And it's got a really nice extra luxury resource. There's 3 luxury resources here, maybe 4? Basic fusion torpedoes. We found the ruins of a civilization and we figured out how to reverse engineer some technology into basic fusion torpedoes, guys. These are better than the basic missiles, I believe, that you start the game with. They do 32 and salvo health, 3275. Let's see, I think we start with some basic missile technology. That's the ones that we just gained. So no, I guess we didn't start with basic missile technology. But what are the ones that we can get if we research them? That's support gear. That's a support module too. Where do we get ship modules from? Is it really way up here? You get the next level of torpedoes? Huh. Or over here. So that's good. We now have a military option. Let's take a quick look here. A toxic planet we don't care about. A steppes planet. That's pretty good. It's got a low gravity anomaly. That's good. And a tiny ice. That's an okay system. Not great for us, but it's okay. A medium tundra. There's good science. Wow, really good science. Arctics are great on science. Another ice. This is a super science system. You put all your big science buildings right here. Damn it. Those are good. And I'm concerned because... Let's build ourselves a fleet here to expand in this direction. This is where the other ship came from. I think there's another empire down this branch. So at this point, it doesn't look like we have a lot of options for expansion. Like, Yabella might be the only one. Which is a bit concerning. I'm going to leave this guy here because I remember thinking there was a weird game I had where if you're blockading a planet, then their outposts can't grow. I'm going to see if that's true. Let's see. Let's build a beautifier. And then let's also look at switching our research over to a more militaristic angle. We only need one of these, and then we'll upgrade this. Let's see. Do we want bonus capacity on our planets for defense, or do we want bonus XP on fleets? We want big data shipyards. We want to be able to build ships much better, much more experienced when they come off the line. There isn't an explore win condition. I had a similar situation. Why don't we put an outpost there? In this game, it's probably too late. Yeah, it might be too late. But I think if I'm blockading it, they might not be able to turn it into a full colony. So I may be able to sneak a colony over there. We'll see. Oh, no! A pirate freaking base has spawned in between me and the place I wanted to... They're going to spawn pirate fleets. Well, I guess it's good we went military anyway. 2 of them spawned. Holy crap. They spawned in those stupid starless systems. Of course they did. Because of course they did. We need to make friends over here quickly. Okay, is this system good for us? Let's see. Large ice, huge barren. Ugh. No good. This was going to be a good system. That's right. It's a Terran planet, which is good. And it has 2 hot planets. The lava one will be able to colonize quickly. The gas one, not so much. So it looks like we're like right in the middle of 2 major arms of this galaxy. All right, we finished getting the food, which we may not actually need anymore since there's not a lot of places we can expand to quickly. I guess we can expand on our own homeworld, but that's not terribly great. And to that effect, I do want to make sure we research Savannah. Where was that? Did we already get it? We got Mediterranean, Tundra. We want to find Savannah here. There's Savannah. That will increase the amount that we produce on that Savannah planet. Right now, we can colonize that Savannah planet because we have hardship-ready ecologist law. But we colonize the planet, we get a 50% penalty to the output of that planet until we get the correct colonization technology. That's why I'm putting that on the docket. Because if that's going to be our second homeworld planet, we're going to need to do something about that. Now, here's the risk, right? This says the number of turns before a new pirate fleet appears. We've got 8 turns to try to sneak that past and down here and see if it works. I'm going to try it. I might lose a colonization ship. That might suck a lot. But we're in the process of researching some stronger fleets. And in fact, I think we have to do that even before we do the baryonic shielding. And in order to get the better ship types, we actually need to go up here. That's right. This is where we get our military type ships. That has to be first, and then we can go over here and get better XP on these ships. Because we need that. We need to mess up these pirates. We need it. So Yubela actually did finish being colonized. So this is kind of a mistake. But let's see if we can find a colonizable thing past them over here. I guess I'll just send this scout further in this direction and see what we can find. And we'll send him further in this direction and see what we can find. Oh, good. This is on our the Savannah planet next to our homeworld. We found deciduous trees. That's great. There's a rumor of an academy out there where more heroes can be trained in the dust ways. Masters of dust. So backtrack the paths of the heroes by exploring 5 atmospheric curiosities. Can do, maybe. We'll see who gets there first. Is this an atmospheric? It's a life form curiosity. So I'm going to stick this baryonic shielding on anyway, because we're going to get that colony done soon. And after the colony is done, let's get some science going here. I would do intensive cultivation, but it's going to take a while. It's going to take 14 turns, and we're just not going to be able to benefit from it right now. We're producing tons of food, but we can't really colonize much. In fact, you know what? I'm turning this ship around. Hopefully it doesn't get destroyed by pirates. Oh, somebody else got the special deed. They produced 100 dust in a single system. Uh-oh. Let's find out where this is happening. Whoa, we found another pirate base on Ilion. Let's check out this system. Small lava, not great. Tiny lava, not great. Huge gas, not great. Desert, and Savannah. Actually, this could be a good system if... I mean, the fact that these are all tiny planets kind of sucks, but we still get +1 when we try to put people on them. Yeah. This could be a good system, but it's got pirates on it, so we have to run away. Because all we have is a tiny little scout ship here, so retreat! And he retreated back the way he came. So, we've unlocked the next stage of the technology, which is good. Where did we actually get that? Here, right? We've unlocked stage 2. So now Creator of Wealth is available. Somebody else actually did that. That's the one that somebody did. So we just got access to it, but somebody else has already completed it by getting 100 dust in a single system. Oh, that ship's actually going. He's going places. That was a mistake. Oh, there's another planet. This is their home planet, I think. Yep, the home planet of these guys. Let's get out of here before they get upset at us for sticking around. And I guess somewhere in here we'll build another beautifier and grab that third area here. We finished colonizing a system. Fantastic. Now, of course, the first thing we need to build is drone networks to give this system decent production. And then a cerebral reality to give it decent output to counteract the fact that it has a high upkeep. The first building that you build is always this colony base, which gives you some basic production, some basic happiness, food, but it costs 20 upkeep, so you're always in the hole the very first time you colonize something in terms of monetary upkeep. So the cerebral reality helps offset that by a lot. So I don't know what to do with this guy, except I think we'll just send out his probes and look for any other systems that we've missed, because we haven't been close enough to see them in this area. And then I think I'm going to send him over here and try to look for some systems that might be out of this constellation somewhere in the middle over here. You know, I didn't notice that there's no Vaulters. You're right. Were there Vaulters in Endless Space 1? It's been a long time since I played that. I only played the Vaulters in Endless Legend. That might be somebody they add. This minor civilization can provide you with a blah, 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 blah. So where do we find them? Just said we had new contact with a minor civilization, but I don't see them anywhere on the map. What is that? A black hole. How did we learn about that? They're also colonizing this. Man, they have a good set of planets here. We've only got these 3 systems that are really good. We're probably going to get this one once we get these guys aligned to us. But man, look, it's also kind of awful. For early game, these can be great in late game because look, it makes freaking 40 production. Oh, that's because it's got people on it. But I'm just saying, these lava planets can be very valuable, but they don't produce any food is the problem. So, yeah, that's very concerning. And now we've got pirates blockading our brand new system, and we can't build any military units yet because we don't have these plans to do so. Alright, what does this system look like? Ice, no. Ice, no. Barren, no. Ugh, still not valuable. But we're going to research these, let me see, atmospheric? Ruins. Ruins is okay. Because you get loot from these things anyway, sometimes. It's still good. Ooh, +5 vision range on system. Not great. Sometimes you get luxury resources, sometimes you get strategic resources, sometimes you get a special technology like this. Basic plasmoid shielding. A slightly better version of the technology that we already had, I believe. Let's see. I think if we show obsolete modules, we can see, yes, okay, so there was a difference between these two. So basic ion torpedoes were 20 damage with 60 health. This is 32 damage with 75 health. So this is the one we found in the ruins. And we just recently found another boosted thing here. We have basic plasma shielding, 10 health, 270 shielding with 10, 270, 31. Goes up to 35, 40, 114. That's pretty big difference. Anyway, we get rid of the obsolete things there. That's no problem. You know what I haven't been paying attention to? Do we have enough? We have enough to splice. So we can splice the Savali into Horatio. It's going to make the 2 Savali that we have disappear, and all of my Horatio pops are going to get an extra +2 and an extra +1 science. They already produce plus food and +2 on hot. This will give them a flat +2 and +1. Splicing them in, and they're gone. We no longer have Savali. What happened to them? I don't know! They're part of us now. You can see that right there. We got more happiness and more science. They're part of us now. Oh, hang on. A new event. Babies, not booms. There's been a noticeable increase in the birth rate in one of the systems of your empire, our capital, Ying, that identifies as militarist and scientific. This trend is particularly strong among Harashem. Why? Your advisors say it's a cultural response to the instability of galactic warfare, while a leading analyst claims it's a reaction to the prosperity of peace. Perhaps not. No one really knows. So we gained a Harashem population on Ying. That's fantastic. You know why? Because we're gonna assimilate them too. Ooh, okay, so yeah, this is the problem we have. There was food actually going from our capital, if you recall, to this outpost, and it was destroyed by some stupid pirates. Now, we have found a 5-planet system, ladies and gentlemen. That is usually a very good system, because if there's good planets in here, we have a lot of... This could be huge. It could be massive, but only if there's good planet types. Let's see. Ooh, Atoll is pretty good, but Acid Rain Anomaly is bad. Gas can be valuable later. We get a lot of dust from it, but not now. Tundra's okay. Tundra's good. We can get food there. A small ice. And a medium ice. Ugh. Now, why did it say hostile presence detected on the Tundra planet? I think that was a typo there. Ugh, do we want to build here? We could start with the small atoll. What is this? Minus happiness and minus production. That's problematic. Unfortunately, my work is calling me, so I gotta be right back, guys. Hang on. Sorry about that, guys. When work calls, they need me. All right. So we're back here. This is back to me determining if I want to land on this atoll. What? It'd give us a total of 4 production per person, which isn't great. Yeah, the production in this place is awful. The acid rain makes it bad, but we can still deal. I mean, it can still give us a lot of other things. It'll just be a slow-growing system. And it kind of sucks that it's so far away, but we don't have a lot of other systems to work with, and we've got to spread Horatio out. I mean, look, it's beautiful. It may have acid rain every once in a while, and you have to spend some of your time rebuilding your roofs because they're getting deteriorated by acid rain, but look how beautiful it is. Obviously, the plants here have adapted to living in an acid rain environment. Now, I'm gonna have to pay to boost this production because we're not gonna get any of those food shipments through this area with the stupid pirates. And while we're here, let's see if we can't find... Now, it doesn't look like there's much over here, so let's go this way. I mean, I probably didn't need to do that since I'm going to be going this way anyway, but whatever. I think we added one more beautifier. There we go. Perfect. Beautiful, I say. And I think, in fact, before public-private partnerships, we have to build Xeno-industrial infrastructure because that's going to give plus 20 to Ying and plus 10 to Horatio. And we need as much as possible. That'll give us a pretty big boost in production. We need to fight these stupid freaking pirates. We just got to. Oh, I forgot. We've got an election. So the thing is, we have pure Horatio everywhere. If we choose anything other than ecologists, our people are going to be very unhappy. And it's like, well, I want... So if we look at militarist laws, like the Jingoist Joy Bill, that is much better and more useful than the default law that the ecologists have, the hardship ready thing. Later in the game, hardship ready is completely useless. Later in the game, this is still very useful. What about this one? You can attack and invade an enemy territory while being in a Cold War. That can also seems like it would be very cool throughout the entire game. Do the ecologists at least make up for this by having very good things on their other laws? Maybe. Plus 5% FIDS per anomalies is good. Minus 25% luxury cost for increasing population growth rate. That can be okay. 2% science per spliced population. That's also kind of good. So these are actually very particular to Horatio, these two at the end. So now that I look at it, those can be pretty valuable. If only we could get more law slots. But things like, look at the science one here. Your next research technology is the next stage of technology. If we go here, lower fleet costs. That can be very helpful. But I think we have to go with ecologists because otherwise we're not going to have very happy empires. Everybody's going to vote ecologist, basically. Yep. So we unlocked cool copies. We could actually look into doing a law here in a second. Let me look. Plus 2 Calgaros on the home system. So now we have a couple of 2 new species that we could potentially splice, but we need 4 in either of them. So these Calgaros will give us happiness, which is great, because that might allow us to dictate our government a little bit better. The Heroshems will give us food when they grow. In fact, let's see if we can't favor their population in order to get them to 4. Not for now. Not for now. So we're still researching efficient shielding, and we're going to have the Xeno-industrial infrastructure built at the right time to start cranking out military ships to fight these damn pirates. Hopefully. Honeycomb scope. That's right. That's the plus 5 vision range on the system. That's kind of nice. So we got here Maigret's a lava, an ash, and a Mediterranean. Ooh. Crap, that's so far away. We're not going to be able to... We have to get through the pirates to get there. This stupid pirate base is really frustrating. Now, what do we got here? We need to praise them again to increase. Right now, they provide us with a small portion of their resources. They give us a little bit of science, a little bit of dust. The next level, they provide us with more resources and a special action. This one down here, I think. So let's continue on. Mind matters. A brilliant inventor has created a wondrous piece of technology, a neural device that allows one to temporarily control the thoughts and actions of another. Unfortunately, the inventor only created one, and he apparently passed away shortly after testing it. There is a bit of hullabaloo over what to do with the device now. I think we should confiscate it and give experience to the heroes. Yeah. We don't need happiness, and we don't need to improve the college's political ideology. We're going to try to flip things towards militarist if we can. All the Horatio Pops have a sort of predilection towards ecology. Anything that boosts ecology is going to make them very happy. But we're going to start producing military vessels and researching military technologies, which should hopefully push things towards military for the next election. And what do we get after that? Do we get better laser technology? And better laser shielding? I don't know if the pirates are going to be using lasers. You know what? We need to send our scout in there to find out. We need to find out what the pirates are using. We can't see their fleet. Oh, the power of the pirate lair is growing. Actually, you go here. We need to send in a scout as like a sacrificial lamb to check the pirates' weapons technology. Call a spaceman. Oh boy. They're upset because they want... Let's see. The minor civilizations has the religious community up in arms. The classification system is mostly meaningless at this point. Okay, we could ignore it and lose a little happiness but get some scientist political ideology. Or lose production. We can't afford to lose production. We just have to ignore this problem and hope it goes away. Side with the scientists. Ooh, this will give plus 10 to all production and plus 25% experience on fleet that fights here. And that could actually be conceivably quite close to ZU. I'm going to send him up that northern route there. And down here, we're going to try to see if we can't find and probe into intergalactic space here. See if there's any non-connected. Then we're going to send our scouts up here to find out what's going on with these pirates. 20% of the galaxy explored. Huzzah! Another population gained of Horatio type. Alright, we finally unlocked these fleet unit things here. And we've only got a few turns left, 4 turns, to figure out what we want to research for military technology. But for now, let's build a couple of these. So the weapon, this is our offensive attacker guy. It's a small one, it doesn't have a lot of space, but we're going to build it as best we can. Let's look at what we can build it on offensively. We can put... I mean, we know that we've got better fusion torpedoes right now. And we can put some beam weapons on there, because the beam weapons actually go well with the torpedoes at long range. So if we try to keep our guys at long range, we'll do very well with these two together. For defensive, shit. There's only that one spot. We only have one spot to put any kind of defense on. So it either has to be defense against lasers or defense against projectiles. This one's obviously better overall, giving us the shields there. So let's build that into our design. We have the other one unlocked as well, but I want to wait until we can see what's going on here in Orion. What kind of pirate ships we got. Oh, an asteroid approaching one of our system stars turned out to be a fragment of an ancient planet. Huh. What makes different? What did they do before the planetary fragment? Respect the dead gives us science and happiness. Let's get a forgotten science text. Send this team of scientists to get as much information as possible. Yeah, Horatio doesn't back down from that. Oh, and somebody else found the atmospheric thing, it looks like. We couldn't find enough atmospheric planets. Our corner of the galaxy kind of sucks. We have to expand, and quickly. Ooh, look at Andromeda, another 5-planet system. Lava, lava, ash, and... Oh my god, this is brilliant. We've got a food-generating planet, and then tons of... This is like a shipyard that we could use to conquer the rest of the galaxy with. Not only that, these have a few extra production anomalies. And this one has a titanium and a Hyperion. Oh my freaking god. I need this. I need this corner of the galaxy. It will be mine. I need to take this and block it off. Oh man. Another lava, ash, arid, and... Oh, well, there's not nearly as good here because we don't have the food production to grow it quickly. But that's also pretty good. I can't not. I gotta do. But I gotta take care of these pirates first. I need these ones and these ones, specifically these ones, but those ones too. Man. I just don't know. Ukada. What are we gonna build up here? I think we need to build xeno-industrial infrastructure because it looks like we're gonna need more production here. How's their growth factor? 52 is not bad. I could also use this one to get public-private partnerships. Give us... there's no fertile planets here. There's 2 Mediterraneans that are not fertile. But this would still give us plus 10. It's not great. This one is planets with anomalies. There's 2 per person. That's 2-4 right now, but it's actually 3, so 3-6. And it could grow to be much more valuable, and it takes longer to build. Let's get xeno-industrial infrastructure. It's only plus 10 right now, but in the long term, it will pay for itself after 28 turns. Better now than later, I think. Everybody's already pretty happy. Okay. Minor faction provides us with even more stuff. So, plus 20... happiness on systems on Empire, plus 10%. Huh. On the shoulders of supergiants. They watched a supernova and the people were happy about it. That's good. I'm happy that they're happy.
The Vordiani and our church acknowledge you.
Yes, hello, Vordiani. Let's see about what's up here. Even further on this. This is a large constellation, by the way, guys. It's kind of crazy how big this is. Usually they're not connected like this. Alright, we gained a beautifier. But we've got freaking pirates right on our tail. They're coming close. We gotta run. Get out of there before the pirates show up. So now I think we just have to start building some of those attack fleets to fight these pirates. They might not be the best ships we can build, but we'll get them. So we're looking for baryonic shielding, specifically so that our savannah in our capital produces more FIDs. Right now, if we recall, this thing is producing half because, specifically, we don't have the colonial ability to understand how to utilize savannah planets very well. So we got that extra 200 capacity on Empire. That's good. And that is a Empire-wide thing, or is it a building? I think it's an Empire-wide thing, yeah. So our capital is starting the first production of military ships. And it's currently blockaded, too. Oh, nope. They're running somewhere else. Let's praise them one more time, I think. Or development grants. That's actually great. It gives us 15. 15 spuds is all it takes, and it should improve these numbers on the left a lot. Let's see. Boom. Boom. A lot of extra science and dust. Oh, wait a minute. We still can't do this. There's still only 2 or 1. Our population's not growing as fast as we'd hoped, guys. Ooh, show location. Aha! Let's use what praise we can to start getting these guys on our side. We want all the minor factions to love us. We must be loved, and we will love in return. Now, we must also take our captain, our champion, and consider some of the military benefits that he can provide. +4 experience when leading a fleet, that's not bad. And +1 movement and vision range on fleet. I'm going to go with those 2. And we're going to put him in charge of running the fleet soon. Who is this? Enemy fleet. Oh, that's this minor faction. I see. Well, let's keep exploring with this scout way up here. Luxury prices increase. We don't even have access to the luxury market yet. The planet Shahar. Ooh, this is a specialty planet. A large lava, small desert. A unique planet. It's a tiny arid planet, but what makes it unique, I wonder? Let's find out. Though Shahar at first appears to be just another dry planet devoid of anything other than the simplest life forms, first faint geometric patterns can be seen to beg investigate seem to be etched in the surface. Initial scans indicate that surface ruins do not appear to be related to those patterns. There's clearly a story here of some form of civilization, but nothing that remains can be easily documented. Doesn't look like it has any anomalies or anything that make it amazing. Whoa, wait a minute. It outputs 20? How does it output 20? 12 per person. Huh. That's a lot for an arid planet. That's what makes it special. It produces a huge amount of production. Because the base planet type is 12. And instead it's producing extra dust and extra production. Significantly extra production. And extra food. Very interesting. And there's Red Sang over there. Yeah, our empire is going to have a really hard time. Oh, good. We got our 3rd colony up and running. It's taken a while, but we've gotten there. It's an atoll planet, so it's not producing as much as it should, unfortunately. Actually, no, I think atolls are one of the ones that we know how to build at the beginning. It's atoll and Terran are the 2 that we have access to right at the very beginning of the game. Let's see. I was looking at 9 turns versus 5 turns, but the 9 turns is going to get us... Oh, no, that's not the one that gives us based on fertile. So let's get these 2 going, as per normal on all of our new planets. Now, it looks like, actually, these pirates aren't here yet. They're right there. Can we see them? We can see them. Okay, now we can finally find out. They are energy-based. They have energy weapons. So now we know that we can go in here and we can search for... we actually have a good energy defense platform. So I think we want to go for a beam. We have the good... but we don't have any beam options here. That's a projectile with very poor long-range power, and this is a laser. There are no options to grab a beam weapon. Beam weapon's over here. That's interesting. You can't get it until the 3rd tier. You know what? These blue modules require titanium. We just so happen to have quite a lot of titanium. But we can get 2 things here. So why don't we get unstable isotope? Because it looks like, let's see, 2405 and 68. Is this thing actually better than that cool module that we picked up from one of those ruins? 2405 and 68. No, it's not as good. We have a better shield than that, so I don't think we want to go down that path. Because part of that's useless to us. Let's go here. At least it'll give us a better reflective plating against projectile damage if we need it. And it will give us some interesting options for protection against missiles. And this will also increase our fleet command point limit. And it will give us access to tanks if we wanted to invade anything. Yep, we'll grab these two. And hopefully getting these two, well, that will definitely give us improved ship design and no G camps, so more population on the Empire. I think those are the only two military things we'll have to go into in order to deal with these pirates. We probably have enough there with that. We're going to colonize Remor, because it does have a large Terran planet, which is great. And it has an unknown subterranean curiosity. It could be anything. It could even be a boat. No, actually, I think that's one of the only things it couldn't be. Flavius, part 1 had some issues with essentially desync between the audio and the video. It's the only time that's ever happened. I had to download it and, like, shift it 10 seconds here, 10 seconds there, all over the place, because the video, like, skipped forward without the audio or vice versa. And so there are a few little desync issues with that. I think there was only 3 or 4 places where it skips ahead or behind by like 10 seconds. Hello, Teslo. Greetings to Russia. And then we have somebody in the chat that's just, you know, promoting their bullshit. So we'll report them for spam. I mean, I don't know why they think they can get away with that without getting banned off of YouTube, but whatever. All right, so yeah, we're definitely going to pay the price here to import. Do we want to import it from Ukta? No, we want to import it from our capital, which is producing plenty of food. And it's right adjacent to our capital, too, right? It's right there. All right, so we're getting our first, so we actually can run away with our scout ship. Except, kind of what I want to do is send out some of the probes first. And then head over to here and do the same thing. So we got the scout ship over here. Let's take a couple of curiosities from this system. Because we can come up with amazing shielding systems. Now, we don't have any Hyperion, but that's good to have. And? What just happened? Oh, expedition failed! Damn. I didn't even know that was possible. Haven't seen that very often. Ooh, there's a Hyperion deposit on this place. Okay. Anyway, the last one I kind of want to do is shoot a probe this way, just in case there's any systems in this direction. Because I really want this, was it Andromeda? Andromeda is what I really want. And to connect my empire, I need to have another planet here, maybe, to make it work well. Alright. We could build the Intergalactic Technology Center, but I'm too busy doing other things. I can't. There's pirates. There's these space mob guys I got to deal with eventually. We've just completed baryonic shielding, which now means that we can go to higher levels curiosities. We now have warp drive, free movement for all ships, and we can now get the better production from the Savannah planet, which is good. I don't think we have... Oh, we have... we can do exoscience stations. I didn't realize we'd unlocked that already. Now, we could also take a look at our little protector, is what it's called. It would be nice to have a Hyperion engine. We don't have any... Oh, we have 5 Hyperium, so we could build a Hyperion engine on these guys. But all it does is give our ship evasion. It doesn't give the fleet. I like having the fleet bonus things on this. So we've already got that. Repair after battle, not terribly valuable. This guy's just not that great right now. We could put him there. This is the one thing that he can install that nobody else can, which is we get bonus science when we destroy ships, which is something I'll put him in, you know, and think about it. And we can put that there, and we'll put this here for the defensive operations. Yeah, I think that's where we got to put it. 30. You know, this one that we found in those ruins is still better even than the Hyperion-based one. So yeah, that's how we'll do it. We can only have a fleet of 4 ships at the very beginning. I think we're going to unlock a better version of that right now. But we'll do 3 weapons and 1 tool. We've unlocked a new Horatio. So we're at 8. Remember, we need to get to 12 in order to get that special bonus. Okay, now we can try to assimilate the minor civilization by providing assistance to a problem. Let's see. Search the curiosity on the planet Janus 1 with at least 7 titanium. Well, we definitely have 7 titanium. Where's Janus 1? Is that... Oh. Really? Son of a bitch. Okay, well, let's send our scout over there and hope that there's no pirates. Oh, we found a tiny black hole here. Tiny black hole. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So once I get a full fleet with these weapons and tools, we got an idle system up here. What are they going to build? Well, 2 Mediterranean systems suggests that this could be a pretty good production planet. So maybe we build big data systems here so that this can be one of the places we put our fleets, especially because it's got an ash planet here. And then maybe we build another fleet, right? We're getting a new... we get an extra +3 here, which means we could have 7. So we'll do that, and then we'll build 1, 2, 3. And those 3 combined with the 4 being built on my homeworld means we'll have a full 7 CP fleet. 7 command points worth. Capture, assimilate, or attract a new population type into your empire. Let's see. Well, that's our main ones. We want to get more. Now, ostensibly, lifting the lamp, opening your empire's doors to a new population has its challenges, but also its rewards. The rewards are we get to grind them up and turn them into DNA that we can use to make Horatio great again. Yeah, it's not so... It's like, really? Ooh, look at that. We did find one up here. And these guys are +5 food, and we could get groupthink, which is... Wow, that's really nice. Oh, but we don't have any alliances or peace yet. I think I gotta spend my... everything. I'm getting a decent amount of influence. We already have a Calgaros, but I don't mind spending a little bit to get them to like us a little more.
Diplomacy remains an option. For the good of the church, I have a proposal for you.
You know what? I can't... I don't even know where the Vordnari are, do I?
I shall defend the faith, whatever that requires.
Yeah, but where are you? I don't even know where you are. 15%... Oh, this is the whole thing. If we fully discover it, an empire needs to discover the entire constellation before anyone can claim the control bonus. And if we control it, we get plus 15% food. That's really good. But anyway, I don't even know where the Vordnari are. They might be over here. No. Yeah, they must be over here. But to that end, I don't think I give in to your stupid threats. I don't care if you like me or not. I'm building military ships right now. Bring it on. Alright, so we get 8 turns before the next... Oh, jeez, look, this thing is screwing me up. I gotta defeat these stupid pirates. Somebody else got the 8 colonization. Yeah, she's mad at me. She needed a tithe to the church. Pilgrims. Where are they? Way up there. Wow, there's 3 minor empires over there. I need to start building anything that can give me influence and just get all 3 of them so it's sucked into my empire. Oh, we need a new technology. So we got the military ones we thought we'd need. I think we need to focus on other things now. We could focus on dust, or, like I just suggested, I need to find influence, right? Spin project. +1 per. It's a planetary specialization. That's not great, but what about this? Academy Empire. It's a unique improvement. That's not terribly valuable either. I think these ones up here... And I guess the spin one could be valuable. This is kind of the one I was thinking of, National Museum. But at the same time, these other things could be very valuable. Ugh, this is a tough choice. Where do we go from here? I think we need to get this. It gives us a system improvement, strategic deposits. Ugh. This gives us access to the goods exchange, which could be valuable. This gives us access to lots more dust. We have a decent amount of dust. This allows us to actually use our dust. I'm going to go with that because this allows us to buy out the construction so I can speed things up as needed. And I kind of miss not being able to do that right now. I have a lot of dust and not a lot to do with it. Oh, so because Horatio hit level 10, the collection effects are ecologists are really happy, I guess. And then when you get here, they do bonus food. Okay. We're going to spend 1 to try to boost Harishems and get more of them in our empire. These are the remnant. We're going to get them soon enough. Ah, damn it. Can't you just let me be? I guess we're going to have to retreat. I was hoping those pirates wouldn't be there. Let's take a look at what we've got here. Huge gas. Ooh, large atoll is great. We get a little red sang as loot. Titanium deposit. Come on, let's get some technologies up in here. Ooh, poor soil. A bunch of dust is very good. Anyway, we need to continue mapping the rest of this constellation. Ah, the remnant is now friendly. And they're sending us lots of our resources. We're working on that right now, but I can't do it until the stupid pirate ships are taken care of, which should hopefully be soon. 4 turns until we can get our first fleet going. There's a lot of pirate ships around here. Man. I'm not sure in what order to do these, but Astro Finance would give us more dust. Maybe we need more production. Luxury Deposit gives us happiness. Colonizing Ash. What are the other planets we were thinking about needing to colonize? I think actually being able to use wormholes might be super valuable. And we could cancel the negative effects of one of those anomalies on our planets. Yeah, I think that's the way we go. Getting wormholes can be quite valuable. Pacifists is the new party in the lead. Really? But we've been building all these military ships. How is that? Solo, the Ugly Plague. They come with certain preconceptions as to what beauty is, and they're now throwing down their pens and markup kits in frustration at having to live alongside all these other uglier species. Let's see. We have 3 systems with only Horatio population. We get a bunch of that. Or... We reach 154 production on Xing, Ying, and Zayu. I think it's going to be... I mean, what's the current situation? Which systems don't? This one is all Horatio. And this one is not all Horatio, right? Yeah, it's got mixed. This one's all Horatio. So, actually, when this outpost gets complete, we're going to have completed that quest. So, yeah, we'll just have 3 systems with only Horatio population. That's easy enough. So, if the Horatio want to be alone, they can be alone. All right, we got to give them another boost to something. Let's see. Bonus happiness. Bonus food. Let's get bonus food. And the next one will go for another military bonus. Alright, 3 turns till we can get our main fleet ready to go here. Ooh. Has barely slowed from a super light speed when belt of rocks starts to peel off and head towards you on a carefully calibrated collision course. Course change is impossible. Minus 20% fleet health if we study it. Or minus 2 movement points if we destroy them. And gain some resources. Let's study it. I think we need to know what's going on here. Jeez, this is fine. We haven't found the end of this stupid constellation. Like, it spans both of these arms. That's crazy. And I think we just need this guy to stay here and heal up while he waits for that craziness to be dealt with. Meanwhile, I guess we'll probe our way. And I don't know, maybe up here? Alright, we finally got this. Ah, what happened? We entered an unknown system and barely slowed from super light speed, blah, blah, blah. We already knew that. Focusing on scientific investigation, you study the system and its effects to gain an industry bonus, but doing so puts you in harm's way. Your fleet is damaged but survives. The secret of the sophisticated magnetics and guidance systems will prove worthwhile. So, plus 15 production on colonies in the Empire. Huh. That'll be useful. We gotta take care of these pirates. Ah, nice. We got this. A unique improvement. Ah, now that we have completed our first quest, we have a new quest for this chapter. Now that I am fruitful and multiply, I can turn to other matters. If I am to turn the populace completely against 5 in prime, they must adore me, even worship me unceasingly, for I could never have guessed how good it feels to be emperor. Alright. 5 in prime. They must be found and then destroyed. So the original Horatio escaped with the help of the other one that was thrown in jail, pretending to be him. They must grow in numbers and adulation. Own the system Doucet and raise its happiness to 70. Where's Doucet? Whoa, we have to go all the way over there? How come? You jerks. It's a small savanna planet. It's not even, like, it's not great. And the planet's already colonized. What are you giving me that for? And the reward is 5, becomes a hero of the military empire. Or the militarist faction, rather. Huh. Own the system, Doucet, and raise its happiness. I don't think I'm going to get to that one anytime soon, unfortunately. So, anyway, we got this system here. Colonize with only Horatio, which is what they asked for. This is one in which we must build them drone networks and cerebral realities to get it started. Meanwhile, we're only 2 turns away here, 2 turns away there. We're finally in the process of dealing with these pirate bastards. Oh my god, look how many there are. There's 6 over there. Just when I think I'm in a good shape. Alright. Maybe that means that this is unblockaded. It is. It's unblockaded. And I wish I knew what this bar around the outside of it is. Is that how close it is to finishing a production, maybe? No, it doesn't seem like it. Maybe blockade? Oh, we need something done down here. Intergalactic Supermarket. A unique improvement that gives us only a bunch of dust. Does seem like it could be valuable. But, what is more valuable in this system? I mean, these are going to be great for science. And right now, this is going to produce all the food which grows the population to be used over there. So I think sustainable will give us 10 per planet. This is also a temperate. It's not hot and it's not cold, but it will be cold. So let's do that. And intensive cultivation is a unique improvement that gives us plus 25 per system level and 3 per original empire population. This is going to have a large empire population. And it's right in the middle of our empire. I think Xeno-industrial infrastructure is going to be great too, though. Let's build that first. And then sustainable farms. And then consider one of these two, 27 versus 13. I think we might just do intensive cultivation. I was thinking about putting it on my capital, but I think I'll put this one on my capital and this one here, because these two are going to be two very important, very large systems that we need to have a lot of population in. And a lot of food in. Ooh. Our empire lacks the troops to fill our star system and fleets. We built so many ships, we're only gaining 47 a turn. That's not good. I've never run into a manpower problem before, but I built so many ships so fast, and we're not producing enough food that's being converted quickly enough. Do these fleets all have their 100? Yeah, they do. Okay. So, it's one of these that's low? No, they're just barely able to stash it, looks like. Oh, Ying needs to decide what it wants to build now. Infinite supermarkets, they're already happy. We could make them even more happy, but I think science or big data systems. Yeah, if we're going to build another fleet here, we got to be ready. And then crafted nutrition plants will help us grow lots of stuff here. Meanwhile, let's take this and put it on this tempered planet. Why not? Now, how come I haven't... Oh, I must have actually gotten the other one. That gave me the... they did give me the credit for getting the other quest. Alright, we got to do this, the quest curiosity. This is what those minor faction wanted us to do, and it was successful. We get 60 empire dust and 150 here, and we've obtained the minor civilization. Fantastic. Okay, now I've got to send this scout. Ooh, what's here? A small desert with rings and a medium arid with rings. Those would be really good for dust production. Keeping that in mind for the future. Meanwhile, now that we're here, let's do one more probe. And now send this guy to see if we can find, finally, the end of this stupid constellation. In one... I mean, there's 3 different places that it continues that we haven't chased it all the way down to. So we've assimilated this faction here, including their fleet, which is good. It's the start of something anyway. So they've colonized a lava and a gas planet. That's interesting. So this is going to need a little bit of food here, because I don't know where they're getting their food. From buildings? The colony base and sustainable farms. So we'll build a little bit more, I guess. But this is definitely going to be a ship manufacturing center. Look, there's 97 production, and we haven't even really finished colonizing it. What are my other... let's see the systems here. 116 and 110, those are the 2 major factions. I mean, look, 5 population, 7 population. Meanwhile, this has 97 with 2 less, or 4 less than the other one. It's going to be good. We now have access to Hydromel. Now, again, we have a situation where... Oh, no. Cancel. We don't want to skip the election. The survey says pacifists are the new... What are the pacifist laws here? Allows you to force peace when at Cold War with an empire. Okay. Huh. I kind of want to stick with ecologists. Because these have some cool things when they get established. But let's keep people happy. Happiness makes people grow better. So let's go with the pacifists. It's actually going to be ecologists? Oh man, I was quite wrong. Looks like most are supporting ecologists. And some industrialists. So anyway, we got to look in here and see what we want to maybe put here. I could have... we don't have any alliances or pieces, so none of these laws are terribly valuable right now. Oh, these are the two little ships that we got from our neighbors. They like long-range battles, so what if we change this? Yeah, that's long-range instead of short-range. And these guys are all about medium-range battles. Alright, well, let's fight it out. I don't feel like watching it because it's not a big clash, but... Oh, a decisive victory. Killed those stupid pirates. There we go. They weren't so scary, were they? Although at the moment, these stupid pirates are going back to my homeworld. But I'm going to go after their main base. I'll clean up the few fleets running around once I destroy the main base. Now, these guys are just little attackers that I can stick into any fleet. I'll use them to chase down these two going for my homeworld. And maybe we'll build a fleet around those guys. More Haroshems. Okay. Is that enough? No, we need 4 of a given population type before we can splice them in. Why are there just a few ships in the game? I'm not sure what you mean. You mean the total number of ships that I have, or the total number of types? Because you're right, I only have a few types, but I research into the left tree here to unlock new ones. This is a medium-sized military ship. This is a medium-sized sort of support ship for the military. And then up here, you get access to a carrier ship, the larger size. Ah, we found them. And because we are much better at long range, we could power to shields or revive and build. I think we want to power to shields. We'll watch this one, and let's take a quick look at the advanced plot here. Yeah, that's how it's going to shake down, because we only have 4 CP in this fleet. So, let's fight it out and watch what happens, guys. These are kind of cool to watch. I really appreciate that they've put the time and effort into making these battles, like, visually interesting. But you can also skip them if you're not, you know, it's a tiny battle, I don't really care what it looks like. I do find that the auto camera doesn't do a good job of really letting you see an overview of what's going on. So we've got our great shields there. And you can see, actually, the numbers and everything if we tap that. Oh, they're getting zapped with the beam weaponry. And here comes our missiles. And of course, the camera, like, goes away the instant... Oh, that's kind of cool. Ooh, is that one gone? Nope, not quite. There it is. That was the last one. I like the camera thing. Alright, we got a decisive battle. We beat up the stupid pirates. We took a little bit of damage to one of our ships. That'll be easily repaired, I think. And hey, the stupid pirates went back the other way. Come back! Alright, now this is where we add 2 more together. We merge them. and we blockade this system right here. Guard this system means anybody that enters the system can't leave without fighting me. Not for, well, they block for 1 turn. So these ships that are on their way in are going to be screwed. They're going to have to fight. Oh god, there's rebellion in Sabel. They're not happy about things. Let's build infant supermarkets there. That'll make them happier. They're very unhappy. Why are they very unhappy? -12 for not leading political parties, and -21 because their planets suck. They don't like living on lava planets. We got to make their life better. And one of the ways we can do that is through... I mean, infinite supermarkets was one way, but maybe we got to go all the way up to colonial rights? No, where's the other happiness ones? Ah, 5 on hot and 5 on planets. So, yeah, that's got to be... And that's just a... That's an empire improvement. Everybody gets happier. So +10 to both of those planets over there. And then we've got luxury deposits on that planet. I don't think we have luxury deposits there. No, we do not. But yeah, they sure as hell don't like it. So it'll be +15. That'll get me back into a decent place, especially with the infinite supermarkets helping out. Oof, I don't want a rebellion. No thanks. But yeah, you can modify the ships to have different types of weapons and things on them. So yeah, there's a couple of main classes, and I kind of miss the fact that there's not like a battleship class. There's like the scout and colonization class that you start with. Then there's the what is this? The protector, which is like a small support ship and a small military ship, and then you have a medium support ship and a medium military. And then you have the carrier. Like, that's it. But then you can put, like, bombers and fighters and all kinds of things on all of those different types. Let's see. What is this going to do? I think here we want to colonize the other planet because if we grow more population here, it's going to start being unhappy because it's too crowded on that system. Meanwhile, we could give infinite supermarkets to these guys also to keep them happy, make them even ecstatic. It's also possible... No, we can't put any decent specializations that I care about right now here. Oh, but this is poor soil, which is not fantastic. It makes people unhappy. And this is a +3 per person straight up. That's actually really good, because both of these have anomalies that we're going to want to deal with. Fertile, planet, temperate, none of those. Only the planet ones apply there. Intergalactic Supermarket is a unique improvement. That's the kind of thing that we put at the end of a trade route. And this looks like it's going to be the end of a trade route. So then we're just going to make this like a super trade area if we can. I mean, there's not a lot of dust being produced here. It's okay for dust. It's not great, but it's okay. Let's get the final fleet upgrade. We're heading for their stupid pirate base. We're going to knock them out. And this battle should go in our favor if we do the same thing. We do a shield wall. We don't need to watch it. Let's just let it play out. I think we'll beat them up. Didn't even lose them. So there we go. Alright, so some of the pirates have been slowly taken care of. We have antimatter in our home system. That's kind of nice. That's one of the harder to find things in the game later. Let's see. Let's make sure they continue to like us. Let's make sure they continue to like us. And let's make sure they continue to like us a lot. We want to assimilate everything. The boosts increased chance that they... Yeah, do we want to try one more for them? I think we do. We want to get them boosted up. Alright. We're here at their home system. I think we have to do invasion combat in order to knock them out. So let's start invading. Huh. We have to do preemptive bombing, right? That does a lot more damage to the defender during the ground battle. And it might blow up some improvements, but we don't really care about the improvements in this stupid pirate area. 33 health on invading troops keeps them alive a little longer. Yeah, let's do a preemptive bombing. See if that works. We destroyed a lot of them, and we kept a lot of ours, so we'll hold out there. They won't grow in numbers, I don't think, but we will, kind of. Because we'll get reinforcements. Now, the other thing I haven't actually done is go in and adjust my military forces. I should be producing some armor here. Let's make 20% of our fighting forces into armor. And actually, we have enough adamantine from something to unlock this. Oh, no, we don't. It's saying, never mind, we don't have any. I thought it, because it wasn't grayed out, we were okay. So we'll make our infantry stronger. We'll make our infantry even stronger and still stronger. Wow, we can really do this? Nope, we can't do the final one. Oh, that requires a lot more of... actually, we can't do these because we don't have any Hyperion. We need to find some Hyperion, guys. That's really weakening us. More Horatio. And we've run out of things to build on our other planets here. Let's... Infinite Supermarkets. Let's make sure everybody's happy. This planet needs to get researched, actually. We've got a subterranean thing here. It could be a luxury or strategic resource. Hopefully that's Hyperion, actually. Let's pay 376 to make that happen real quick. And Xeno-industrial infrastructure's not the best thing to put there, but... Alright, this is our empire that now is still really unhappy. And there's nothing I can do about that right now. But they're partly unhappy because of some of the population is not from the leading political party, so we can use pacifist propaganda to try to slowly get these guys to like the current political party. That'll decrease the -12 penalty. Get with the program, people. We did get Hyperion! Oh, that's great! Did not expect that to actually work out in our favor. And now we got to do this again. I think we just preemptive bomb again. We only get one tank. 20% of our manpower is converted, and we only get one. Okay, okay. They're only getting 66 troops. This is another one you can watch. Let's watch the ground battle. Preemptive bombing about, and they're dug in. Bombing. So that's what we got. We blew them up a lot, but it wasn't enough. Now there's a battle there because they produced a fleet. Let's see. Power to shields, I guess, is what we got to do. Now, why is... Do I get to choose where these stupid CPs go? Wow, can they all go in there? I was of the impression that you could not do that, but okay. Decisive victory. Shut them down. And a minor victory in the planet. Now, what does dug in do? To be deep in whatever terrain is available. They find... Yeah, it's hard to blow them up. Okay. But they don't have much left in terms of population. 125... So I think we can deploy up to 600, and they can deploy up to 500 as a result. The ground combat's a little bit confusing, but you can only deploy so much of your population to it. Bumper crop is over. That's too bad. Now remember, I want to get to Andromeda. I want to get there ASAP. But I currently have a problem. I don't know how to build on lava planets. That's desert. Arctic. You know what? Lava, I think, is over on the right-hand side, now that I think about it. Ash, lava. Yep, that's going to be a problem. So let's see what that does. Let's get some research going. All right, we got a preemptive bomb again, I think. Let me take a quick look here at the fleet. What is their manpower at? They have 100% of their manpower is devoted to the fight on the ground. So we have 400 manpower there. 4 of them are tanks. I mean, we should be winning that pretty handily this turn. Blitz lets us deploy more, but I don't think that helps at all. 25% improvement, destruction, population, death, health on invading troops, 10%. So Blitz just benefit is defender gets more damage and we get to deploy more. We get a bigger advantage, but I think we just want this. We want more maximum damage. I like that those freaking tanks are like weird centipede things. Oh, come on, get them. They still survived. No, we got them. Huzzah. All right, we seized some loot from these stupid pirates. And now Orion is free of enemies, but still not habitable. Fantastic. So now this fleet is at 54% manpower. So, yeah, it's going to drain our manpower by quite a lot soon. Meanwhile, let's just get it over here. And now that we're actually building Hyperion, we can consider upgrading our infantry a little bit more. Not quite yet. Let's do 30% our tanks. I'm not sure if there's a I mean, I'm having a hard time understanding what is the purpose. Like, armor obviously seems superior. Is there a reason not to just do this? There's got to be a reason, right? To have some kind of combined arms thing. I mean, it means I'm going to have less armor deployed total because the cost is 15 manpower per armor versus 5 manpower versus per infantry. But I just don't... It's 3 times... I don't see... I'm just going to stick to 30 for now. All right. Empire approval increased, so maybe that'll be good enough. Sable is no longer rebelling against us. But man, do they not really have anything to contribute. Like, all I got was their crappy, like, remnant population. I need one more, and they're not helping me right now. I need some of this specialty resource to get them to boost. Now this planet, though, when it does grow, it's going to produce a damn Horatio. I want them to produce a remnant so that I can splice it. Actually, this system, now that it's done, it still has -12 from not bleeding political parties, so I think... should I leave Pacifism? I think I want to get rid of that. And instead I want to build another fleet here. So we've already got the one fleet of 7. This has 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'll actually bring this back over here. And you know, I forgot to put my leader on that fleet. I didn't even need him. But I might do that soon enough. Let's just explore some more. Ooh, we gained a population. That's cool. Of a faction I don't even know. Titanium Enhancer module. Projectile damage increase and critical hit increase. That's kind of cool. Those things are only really useful on the bigger ships, though. You can't fit those on the smaller ships and make them do much. All right, we might be close to finishing exploring this entire sector. Or this entire constellation, I should say. So what's this one doing? And doing intense cultivation. That's good. Because we can colonize the tundra over here. That could be next. But I think a beautifier's next. We want to go and grab that Andromeda area. That one that's going to be our shipyard of the galaxy. Ooh, repair or retrofit in their system. We did not build the Endless Research Park. I don't think we're going for a science victory this game. Alright, so we're getting all these little minor empires. Gonna maybe absorb them into our system here. Especially because now we're connected with these with the wormholes. Uh-oh, riled researchers. The researchers are upset. We could get bonus research or we could get bonus production. Let's take some research. We don't really need our dust production right now. Whoa, actually we do. We're only plus 19 now. Huh. That's problematic. Yeah, I think we're going to want to get that commercial framework thing here. We can also upgrade our empires based on one of these functions. Now, we get a lot of this super spuds. Ship buyout reduction on system, construction buyout reduction on system. So that makes it cheaper to build. That's not bad. Do we actually get any other... We don't have any income of any other luxury resources, do we? I don't know where I can see income. But we're getting them from Zayu here. 2 of 2. We're getting... Oh, here. We're getting deciduous trees here. Looks like. 2 of 2. And we're actually getting 2, 2, and 2. So we're actually getting Eden and Transvine also. So this one is dust per planet. I would like blue cap mold. I like getting science. Ooh, I think Eden incense is what we're going to choose for this. It's going to take us a while to build it everywhere, but when we build it, it's going to be awesome. That's a lot of extra influence for free. It's hard to get influence otherwise. You usually have to build a lot of specialized buildings. But it's not easy. There's a lot more specialized buildings for like every other type of improvement. So we can get glorification of the gorgeous. And then planetary colonization for Ash. And we got economy and trade 2. Yeah, we know that. We just took advantage of that. Is there something that allows us to get bonus luxury resource production? There's got to be something like that. I think it would be under a yellow tech, right? That's bonus dust with luxury resources. You know, one thing I could do is get access to the market and sell my spuds and buy Eden incense. That's another possibility. And this will help us with our dust problem as well. Did I not spell luxury correct? Luxury. No, I spelled it correct. It's just not showing anything valuable. Okay. There we go. So let's look at those planets and see if any of them... No. That's per hot. That is also per hot. This one, that's what I was looking for. Self-mining NPO. But what about this one? There we go. Okay, Slag and Sludge Center was the one I was thinking of. It generates more resources everywhere, of all types, I think, not just strategic. Skyward Dwellings is damn nice. +1 population on planets. There's the food specialization. All right. Good to know. It's already 12:30, huh? All right. Population collection bonus. We got another. That's the next level, which is bonus food on all Horatio planets. And then when we get to 50, it's 5% of our food is added to influence. That's great. Spread ourselves amongst the stars. Where do we find them? We finally found the end! The end of this stupid not galaxy, but constellation. Oh, the Amita like us now for some reason. No, I'm trying to click on a thing here. Calm down. And then, I think I'm going to send this guy down this away to try to find the end of that and hope that we can blow up those pirates before it's too late. All right, where's our main fleet? Here's our main fleet. This one's actually going to be disbanded and move them into the hangar. And then the main fleet is going to go this way. Now, in the previous games, moving them into the hangar actually reduced their upkeep, but apparently in this game that's not true. Oh, we're taking care of your stupid nonsense, Janice. Oh, hang on. I think we found the end of this. Yes, we found the end over here, too. Okay. Ooh, Murgrez, I think. Yeah, we're going to have to deal with them, probably by conquering, because that's a damn good planet. And it's on the way to Andromeda. Battle at Janus. Wow, my main fleet actually is not doing well. Power to shields, definitely. We want to put everything there. Let's fight it out and see what happens. Decisive victory. Okay. And now we're blockading it. How are our ships on manpower? Still great on manpower. 98 and 14 is their full. And we can't invade. Our diplomatic relations prevent us from invading Janus? Oh, I was hovering over the wrong guy. Okay. There we go. So we have 600 manpower, which is... Now, do I have 600? Each of these has what? 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. There's actually 700 manpower here. Total. But when I invade, I can only invade with 600, which converts to 84 and 12. And the Reavers can only defend with 500 because that's all they have on the planet. So Blitz actually would help us here, in a sense. We get to deploy plus 30% more manpower, which means we get to deploy more total. Let's do it and see what happens. Oh, they don't even have tanks! But they keep choosing dig in. Oh, they took out half of our tanks. Bastards. So we used up to 750, so that way we were actually able to use all our troops in that opening salvo, the opening barrage there. Alright, so now we can just continue and fight next turn, and next turn we won't use that because we can't reinforce those guys on the ground, I don't think. We have 455. Let's see what happens if we end a turn. Does that improve things? The capital needs more. More of everything. Planets with anomalies? Nope. Fertile or temperate? Yes. Let's get some more science. And let's get some more sustainable growth here. And let's find out what this life form is. I'm really needing to get ice colonization going so that once this is filled up I can do that. And this guy is ready to do some more things. Do we want him to get production in the capital? or happiness in the capital. Or, because he's a political leader, he could get bonuses being in the Senate. Ooh, that's every resource would have a 0.5 deposit value. It'd produce 50% more, basically, or 25% more. Yeah, I think we want him to increase our deposits of resources, because he is a faction leader of the ecologists, so that applies when he's in the Senate. Oh, but he's not in the Senate because the Senate is only composed of one political party because I'm a dictatorship, so we need ecologists to come back, make a big comeback. And then his benefit will shine. So we were at 455 last turn. And we're still at 455, so now it's good to know. So when you start an invasion, the troops you landed are the troops you get. You will not regenerate new troops until you retreat from the invasion, get new troops to the ships from your empire's pool, and then start the invasion again. Meanwhile, if you retreat from the invasion, maybe the other side gets a chance to replenish their pool. I'm not sure. Meanwhile, we don't have 600 this time, or 700 rather, that we can use. So preemptive bombing seems like the best play to do as much extra damage as possible. We don't care about hitting infrastructure. This is another gas planet that we're having this ground battle at, by the way, somehow, guys. I'm not sure how that works. So that's the extra damage up front. One more thrust should do it, I think. They only have 145. And so we can find out... Oh, there's ships here, too. Oh, boy. Do these guys have manpower? No, their manpower is actually way down on the planet's surface. That's bad. But we'll try... We'll be fighting it anyway. And we won anyway, but we lost a ship. We lost the tool. So that just means we need to build another one. Remor is not sure where it wants to go now that we've got... let's see. I think public-private partnerships, since we've got fertile and temperate. This is going to be a plus 30 to our science from that planet. That's good. So what we know is these guys have 145. Yes, we did find the final thing here. Ooh, I'm the sovereign of the pilgrims. That sounds like a good thing. Trigger the migration of a unit of pilgrims. Ooh, they give a bunch of science bonuses if we splice them into our thing. Yeah. Let's see what they need us to assist them with. Reach 11 population, excluding your main population on inhabitants. That means I can't splice anybody for a while. Come on! Reach 70 happiness in your empire and maintain it for 10 turns. Wow, we're pretty close. Pretty close. We just have to find the unhappiest planets and make them happier. What about this one in Zayu? Can we have... Yeah, we'll build them some infinite supermarkets and they will help turn the tide, I think. Well, we need to make sure the Hiroshims get built. Okay, and then these guys. Ensure the Amoeba's prototype ship survives in flight for at least 16 turns. Where is this? For at least 16 turns, what does that mean? It might be best to merge it with a fleet. Huh. Oh, there's another battle at Janus, and we want to do preemptive bombing again. They still stuck at 145. So neither side grows or gets reinforced at all, it looks like, in ground battles, unless the attacker retreats. And the defender probably still doesn't grow, because the defender is blockaded. I don't think they grow when they're blockaded. Maybe they grow very slowly when they're blockaded. Did we get him? Come on. Ah, got him. Okay. Pirates are gone. We've done the pirates in. We're superior. in all ways to the pirates. Meanwhile, I guess we just take this and, yeah, bring it down here and hide it in our shipyard, and they'll be happy. That's all we have to do. And meanwhile, this fleet doesn't have anything to do right now. We could consider a military campaign against these guys, but I think that's going to be for our next session. And I think it's a damn good idea, because they're trapped in this corner. They're going to have to expand through me, and that's not going to be cool with me, really. So, I'm going to get this fleet built back up with a tool from here. And then we're going to go clear out these pirates in the corner. And then we're going to start building more fleets for a campaign against these guys. And that's going to require some military advancements. Probably hardened alloys is on the docket because of the extra fleet size. And we can also deploy more manpower. So let's put that into the future. We've got plenty of titanium. So getting bonuses that are related to titanium will definitely be helpful, including extra projectile defense. We could also think about getting bombers and fighters, but I'm not sure about that. Is this like advanced bomber and advanced fighter somewhere else? Yeah, advanced bomber, advanced fighter. I might get both of those for the future, but this is going to be enough. These 3 techs are going to be enough to prosecute our war. And that's going to start in about 28 turns, apparently. We'll retrofit all of our units and start some bad fighting going on. Now, what did we determine? We have antimatter that is currently not being grabbed. And that's kind of it at the moment. There's some adamantium over there that would be nice to get. But antimatter is here. Huh. Is it Control sends this to the front? Nope. Is it Control Shift? Nope. It's Control Alt. Sends it to the front. So I want to start exploiting that antimatter right now. It'll also let us colonize gas giants, which is interesting. And damn it, we need the lava planets too. Okay, well, all of that sucks because it puts our invasion timeline back a little bit, but maybe if we can improve our science production over that course of while we're waiting for this by a good bit, and it will improve naturally as we expand to other areas. And this planet unfortunately also needs tundra's good. We can expand to tundra without doing much, and we're going to do that. All right, I'm going to call it here for now, gentlemen, ladies. Disliked Endless Space 2. I think I liked it, actually. You know, I think I compared it to Stellaris at the time when it was released, and it felt like it was a little bit more. So the quests in Stellaris are really interesting, but it feels like between the quests, the Empire management in Stellaris felt very sterile and disconnected and game mechanic-y. The Empire management in this game feels like you have a closer connection to the narrative of what's going on in your empire. And that, I think, is in part because of this whole politics thing where what you do affects people's voting habits, and their voting habits affects the bonuses that you get. So if you build a bunch of military ships and you research a bunch of military stuff, your people are going to be gung-ho for a war, and you can get military parties into power. And I like that dynamic of how what you do reinforces what you can do well, right? It's kind of the same thing I really liked about Oblivion, the way that Elder Scrolls Oblivion did, where the more you do something, the better you get at it, instead of, oh, well, you slaughtered enough monsters, you now have enough experience points to level up and put that experience into anything you want, because slaughtering monsters obviously made you a better blacksmith for some reason. Whereas Oblivion was just saying, listen, if you do a lot of fighting with your sword, you're going to get better with your sword, but you're not going to get better with axes. Or you're not going to get, I don't remember if that's exactly how it worked, but, you're not going to get better at casting spells just because you have fought a bunch of monsters with your sword. So I like that reinforcing, like positive reinforcement loop, and it really does make you kind of focus and say, listen, I'm going to have a war coming soon. I want the military party in power because their laws can really help me. And in order to do that, I need to start getting the populace behind me. In order to do that, I need to start cranking out military ships. I need to start researching military stuff. And I need to do all the things that gets people behind me for a war. So it's kind of a cool thing, the way that you... So that's what I'm saying, is I like the internal politics of this game much better than I do of Stellaris. Stellaris has, to be fair, gotten much better, but it's still not quite as engaging, is what I'm saying. I've always liked the diplomacy aspect of the Endless games. The Cold War mechanic and the spending of influence as a resource is really valuable. Now, to be fair, Stellaris also has that influence mechanic, and they use that for a bunch of different things. And in some cases, I think it's sometimes used in politics, but diplomacy in this game uses exclusively influence. Like, you can't declare war on somebody without spending a bunch of influence. So at the beginning of the game, it's very interesting. Now, you can see, let's see, the Sofan are the ones, their power level, their influence pressure is pushed a little towards us. And that is based in part upon your production of influence in your planets and your total score, if I remember correctly. Now, if we can start doing really well, we can start demanding things from them when we are that much stronger than them and there's border conflicts and things like that. But right now it's sort of stuck here. Open borders, we can access their system and we can attack their fleets because it's a Cold War. Anyway, I'm going to stop the stream for now, and we'll catch more of this either later today, but probably tomorrow morning. I'm going to start another stream around the same time. 10 Eastern time is where I'm shooting for.